This is the part we're doing now. So you're going to lay the front bodice on the table, center the kangaroo pocket. Now, if you've done the long, tall one, you're going to go 6 inches up from the bottom of the front bodice. If you've done regularly, up 5 inches, and if you're doing petite, you're going to go 4 inches. Now you need to convert those into centimeters, but 6 inches is about 20 centimeters or so. Here we go. Okay, so here is our piece of pocket. We're going to just iron this over. It won't stay beautifully, but use a bit of steam and it will definitely put a crease, and that's all you need really, is the crease, so that you can have it folded over. Make sure it's 1.5. Use a ruler or a tape measure. I've got a tape measure here. So I'm just going to check my 1.5. Yeah, 1.5 centimeters. Okay, so just do that all the way around. I'm going to do the bottom. Just all the way along. I have 1.5 centimeters pretty much in my head these days. But just check, always check, because you never know. Sometimes you can go a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, and you want this pocket to be nice enough for your hands to go in. All right, that one does not want to stay. Yeah, just under 1.5 there. But this end does not want to stay. So make sure you do all the way around. I'm going to fold this bit like that, and that's actually going to get sewn first, and then I'm going to turn those other bits over. So we're going to zigzag that shut. There we go. Just make sure you don't want to do more than 1.5 or it may curl. Right, I'll show you when I'm done. Here we have our pins. I've pinned this down. I'm going to sew right on the very edge here. So I've got the window right up next to this raw edge. I'm going to put my needle in and I'm going to stitch. So I'm going to seal this edge in. Pull the pin. Just keep it on that edge, because if you don't sew really close, it's just going to curl and you don't want it to curl. Just going to zigzag that section there. There we go. And then we're going to reverse just to lock that stitch in. It's more of a locking stitch. There we go. There's our sealed edge. Now this is our front bodice piece. You know it's the front bodice piece because it's got the scoop. Okay, the back bodice piece does not have the scoop in it. Mine's got a little bit of cat fur on it. We're going to position our pocket on the front here, and we're going to measure from the bottom to get it correct. We're going to make sure, so we've got a center line that was the fold of our fabric, and you want to center it. You want it the same distance from the sides and the same distance from the bottom. Pin. I'm going to pin the top. Top's a whole lot easier than the bottom because you don't have the 2 layers. Ugh. It's a blunt pin. Okay, I've decided to use straight stitch across here because my sewing machine is refusing to do zigzag at the moment. So I'm going to give straight stitch a go, but we're going to sew from before the pocket. So we're going to go just beyond the pocket about 3 or 4 stitches, which will give us a stronger pocket in the end. You don't want to start on the pocket. Okay, so it's going to reverse for me because my machine does that. And we're just going to go right along this edge. I'm keeping it lined up in that window and keeping all of the fabric out of the way. So make sure none of your fabric's caught underneath. And you're just going to sew straight along this row. I would prefer to be doing zigzag because it's better on stretch stitch. But my machine just will not come to the party today. I'm not sure why, but it doesn't like to zigzag at the moment. Just sewing just off the fabric. You see how it's gone just off the pocket, so that will make it stronger. All right, and then we're going to sew around the bottom. Now we're doing down the bottom part, and once again we're starting just off the pocket. My machine will do my reverse for me, and then sew onto the pocket. And when we come to this corner, we're going to stop, we're going to lift, and we're going to turn. Okay, oh, I've got my pins around the wrong way. Take that pin out, Lower my foot and keep going. We're in a nice sharp corner there. So I'm keeping the edge of the window there lined up with the edge of my fabric. And you can't see the strike plate, that's the way you work, okay? To keep things lined up. You're just going to go all the way to the end, and when you get to the end, you're going to turn and go up the other way. There we go, we have our kangaroo pocket attached. Remember, you're sewing just off the edge of the pocket in all these areas here, okay? So that you are nice and strong. So when that pulls, it's not going to come unstitched.